Alright, so today I'm going to do a short video on doing a little bit of fabrication repair here on my F-150 tailgate. So as you can see, there's like a rusty little hole there. Well, what's supposed to go there is this piece here. So a couple weeks ago I opened the tailgate and I noticed it had come loose. And as you can see, this rusted on the inside and got thin and it snapped off. So I'm going to try to repair it easiest way I can, and my plan is to use this piece of metal that came from, you guessed it, the blue Dodge. I'm going to trace this, I'm going to cut it out, I'm going to weld it to the back of this, and then I'm going to use that fresh metal to weld this back onto the tailgate. So I'm going to try to take you guys through it, show you how I do it. Now I'm filming it with my phone, I don't got a fancy tripod or nothing, so we got to, I'll do the best I can with what I got. All right, so I got you guys kind of set up in a little bit of a way where you can see. It must be tough. I think there's light shining from the background. It's gonna probably make this very glary, but we'll do the best we can. So here, just gonna take this rough guesstimate, cut it out. So we're talking like that. Let's cut this out. Getting somewhere. Now, what I believe my plan is, not that I really have a plan, I got somewhat of a plan. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna try to basically grind out all that really thin metal to the outer edge of this. This thing's not in the greatest shape, but it should be good enough to reuse. So what I'm gonna try to do is open up that hole, tack this, weld this onto this plate, and then in the center, I'll weld that onto the tailgate, and we'll see what we come up with. I mean, we're working with what we got. It's not going to be the most fancy repair, but if it works, that's what we needed to do. What I want to do is, like I said, I'm going to weld this cup to that flat plate, and then I'm going to transition this whole piece and weld it to here, like that. Something to that effect. Now I'm going to have to mark and try to relocate this so when I weld that cup onto here, it's in the right location. You don't want to be over here, all over there. You want to be somewhat close to where you were when you started. All right, so I have the area where that disc is put all cleaned up. I use my air wire. I have it kind of mocked up there with the magnet holding it in place. I'm gonna clean some more of that paint up so I have some bare metal. And I made a mark here and a mark on the other side and made a mark, as you can see on there. So this way I have a pretty decent approximation of where that's gonna sit. Clean that up a little bit more, and I'll come back and I'll get it in place with the magnet, and we'll get some tacks and get that baby welded on. Okay, so I got it pretty much held in place where I wanted it, and you can see I got one tack in there now. All right, so trying to weld and hold the camera, that's not gonna work. So I got the plate welded on there. I ground down some of the welds, and I just stuck a small tack into the mount there. Now, I did make some marks about where it gets positioned, but I'll be honest with you, it's kind of just looking at the other side. I did a couple measurements, I got it pretty close. I really 100% don't know if I'm perfect, so I got a couple options. Either A, I throw a few more tacks into there and go test fit it, or I weld it, and wherever it goes to work, and the tailgate looks like it lines up okay and opens and closes okay. That's what we're going for. So I'm gonna go for it, go for broke. I'm gonna weld it, see what happens. So I just hit it with some flat black Rust-Oleum. Gonna let it tack off for a few minutes. I put some extra welds on the outside. They are not the prettiest welds I've ever done for sure, but they're strong. They should hold pretty good. I did test fit it. It seems to open and close fine. Everything seems to line up the way it should. So I'm gonna let that dry for a few minutes, and I'll go put it on the truck and show you guys. All right, we got this bad boy installed. Let's give it a test run and see what we got. Here we go. Doing what it should. Seems nice and strong. We'll see how long it holds up. Like I said, not really one of my proudest repairs, but I need the truck to work, and opening the tailgate with that thing broken has been a royal pain in the butt. Opening it is not bad. It's really closing it that's the problem. So we got that welded up. Threw some lithium grease on that pivot. Threw some on the hinges. Same thing over here. Some lithium grease in there. Some for the locks. So this way, when you rub up against them, it gets all over your clothes. We like that. Let's see how she shuts. All right, good enough for me. So appreciate it. Appreciate you guys watching. That was kind of a down and dirty tailgate repair.